It's a special episode, people. What are we talking about? Zest for Life, aka Fresh Mark Sense. We are talking about what it is to be free. Now, I always say stay free, stay fresh. What does it even mean to be free in today's society? I think it's to be free is to have the power to be disliked and still do what you love anyway. It's the bravery to be a little bit disliked and say, I'm still going to go my own way. You know why? Because it's my own life and only I can judge myself and my progress. Others could be part of it, but they're not really going to tell you what your life's about and how to go about your life. They may help you, but they're not going to live your life for you. So you have to be an individual. I'm not saying don't take other people's advice, but in the pursuit of being an individual, freedom is the power to be disliked and do what you want to do anyway. So I'm going to talk about some bodacious fragrances and some other fragrances that really explicitly say what that person's about, whether they are all about their business, all about their sensuality, all about, crashing down. Let's get through them. K Eau de Parfum, this is for the king, somebody who is unabashedly fresh. They go out, they just wake up to a beautiful sun ray like the lemon and the blood orange, and then they have this rich, they have a sense of heritage, let's say. So there comes the austere cardamom and the woods, the foundation, and something that is a little bit sparkling fresh, like jewelry. They have the geranium and the like, and then you have the sea breeze kind of effect of well, the melange of the juniper berry and all that. But I think that's going back to Sicily. But for me, this is a fragrance that makes you feel awake, masculine, because the woody notes and the lemon, you feel refreshed in a little bit of a zingy way with that juniper, so slightly exotic as well, like I'm wearing something from far away what other people aren't wearing. So you feel like an individual with this because it does have a powerful presence. It does throw itself on you with the lavish lemon and the juniper per se, and well, it does make you feel masculine with the woods. But it's more than that actually. I wanted to talk about feeling old actually because I'm 31 and 8 months ago I started Hapkido, and in the 8 months that I started Hapkido, I've been able to do things. I was from a stage where I couldn't even really lift my leg up to kick because or I wasn't even walking properly because I was walking a little bit bow-legged. I actually had to change my walk in order to kick right. So, I mean, I was told in the beginning, Anil, it looks like you're getting old, mate. And I was like, I just accepted that. But because I accepted it, I actually felt that way. So I realized that perfumes along the way were a way of making me remind myself of how I felt like before, not just bolstering myself up. I couldn't really bolster myself up to that level if I didn't feel like that originally. So you have to feel good about yourself, and feeling free is about finding that special bit about yourself and accentuating that through perfume or clothes or anything, sort of fashion. That's what it's all about. So that is part of freedom, just making the most of yourself. Like I basically concentrated on my skill of martial arts and I made it the best of what I could be. So another facet of the best person of me is when I feel super office business, all about my business fresh, Dior Homme Intense, EDP. So this is when I want to feel like the ultimate businessman, super professional, super calm, never gets stressed about anything, always knows what to do, very pragmatic because he's got his aspirations in the cloud and his feet firmly on the floor. He's just running and getting it, and he's sweet all the way because the ambrette is even when I'm sweating, this cedar and ambrette and iris combination. I just want to spray this. It's so nice. It keeps you calm. It feels sexy. It feels sexy. It feels like I'm wearing something that is smooth, fresh, and completely capable of doing the business tasks of today. Dior Homme Intense, fantastic. So that is when I'm all about my business, and this is when I'm all about feeling like a king and feeling on top of the world, just having a great day. So daytime fresh, office fresh, if you want to put it in a box. Next one, when I really don't care what I'm wearing, but I feel rich. I feel like I want to take on the day. I feel that I want to say what I want to say. Like, so I feel rich with feeling and emotion. And if I want to really mm, actually, I think this is a sort of protest vibe. A lot of protests I've gone on, and I wanted to feel burning, the burning heat of my anger, and sort of like, and also like make a wake and say that I'm here before I even enter the scene. So I was going to a lot of protests actually, and I sort of there was a lot of people smoking in the protest too, and I actually had smoke in my perfume and tobacco in the perfume because I thought that a lot of the people smoking as well would make me smell like tobacco. So I wanted to smell like rich tobacco and have a sort of fiery week before I entered into the scene. But I was actually stopping police violence, actually. I mean, stopping people from being violent with the police. That was my main reason of being there. But I did feel like that anyway. So I wore Red Tobacco by Mansura. This is a fiery perfume. This is that rich tobacco that I'm talking about. You can spray this twice and you'd smell all day of that crisp cut tobacco. This is the tobacco shop tobacco, not sort of like roll up tobacco or whatever. This is spicy. This is a little bit like hay because you get that sort of natural, dry, almost roasted feel from the tobacco. There's saffron in here, there's black pepper. Red tobacco is the number one tobacco fragrance. You can talk about tobacco vanilla all you like. I mean, I do like tobacco vanilla by Tom Ford, but I mean, Charuto tobacco, it has the same DNA. But this is different. This is really the richness of tobacco and the luxury of tobacco with that fiery, smoky smoke note. And the vanilla is beautiful. It has a plum note in between, so it's a multifaceted flame. So it has like um, mild glow and a hot glow from the tobacco, hot spice from the tobacco, and a mild spice from the plum, which sort of mellows it out. And then you get that vanilla, so it feels like a three-tier flame. So it really feels like a hot, spicy, and rich perfume. Fantastic and very emotional. It sort of brings out the heat in you almost, if you feel that way, and it definitely accentuates it. Then the next one, because I had all of these back over here, is a summery perfume. If I feel like going to the beach and having a great day out, I'm gonna wear Tiffany and Co. with love. I think for him, Tiffany and Co. Love for him. Eau de Toilette. This is a very summery perfume. This is like summer beach fresh, let's say. It's got one of my favorite notes in juniper. I'm going to try and smell this in the room after all of that tobacco and smokes in it. Oh god, I'm just catching it. I need to spray it closer to me. I don't want to spray it on me because I don't want this to catch. Wow. So you get the juniper, the sort of sea minerals. It feels like there's some vetiver in the base, which is grassy and fresh. So you got that sea mineral, grassy, fresh. And you got cardamom in the top note, which is opening in a real green, rich, fresh way. So, um, rich, aromatic, spicy green cardamom. Then you get the juniper green, which is like foliage, and then you get the like sea mineral and what is this? Oh yes, there's sandalwood in the base too, and there is like a mahogany note. That's what's making it feel so rich. You haven't just got the grass and it's yes, it's bookended. That's the word. So it's bookended by richness which is the cardamom aromatic top note, and then in the base there's sequoia, which is like a mahogany wood. So you have rich spice at the top, rich spice in the base, and then in between you have the natural elements of vetiver and juniper foliage. So vetiver is grass, and juniper would be like bushes. So sandalwood keeps it smooth in the base, and it is a very summery, fresh perfume, like a bright, sunny beach day with a nice dinner time afterwards. Let's say in a lounge room. Next one is something that I wear on religious days usually. If I was going to go Friday or something, this is the oud perfume of choice for Friday. Friday is like what Christians go to church on Sunday, let's say. But for me, I like to wear something traditional, yet a little bit celebratory to say that I am celebrating Friday, that it is an event. You know, you shouldn't take it as any other week, but really, it's good to be on Friday prayers wearing perfume. It's a sunnah that means of the Holy Prophet, peace be on him. That means that one of the things that he done in his life that we should replicate if we want to hopefully be like him in our daily lives. Next, sorry, I'll go deep into that before I get emotional. Abdul Samad Al Qureshi. This is the oud scent. This is traditional. This is exotic. If I was going out though on daytime, I would go through central London like this. If I wanted to say, yes, I am this person who is, I am a fragrance connoisseur. If I wanted to just say, yes, I am a fragrance connoisseur, I am wearing something different to just say, I know what I'm talking about with fragrances by wearing something that nobody else wears. That is me just being me. That is me accentuating being me, right? Like the exaggerating the feeling of being me. So I know about fragrances, but if I went to show everybody else, I'd wear something like this, which is got that jasmine, that pine. Ooh, that real oud bahur sort of burning smell. It's a honeyed wood. Now we're getting, I do love juniper berries. There's juniper berries in this too, actually. If you look in Abdul Samad Al Qureshi in the booklet, they have juniper berries and pine in a lot of fragrances to give that sort of fruity and woody effect. And then they get the spiciness from the oud. So it's a melange, you know. It's a lot's going on, lots going on. Jasmine is here too. And I do think they have some sort of mahogany wood note, but it's not really listed. It's more coming from the pine, the greenness of the pine, like a pine cone. So fantastic scent, fantastically rich, and it's ambitious too because it's got about 15 different notes. I mean, that's a lot of notes. And the last one is for the crazy days when, wow, I'm gonna think about this. During COVID, when I really thought the world was going to end, and I think a lot of people got there too, I felt like it was a giant comet slowly coming to Earth, and there's going to be one day when it's all going to be over. And when I thought about it, I thought for a second, and I thought, you know, because we were in COVID mania for a while and staying indoors for a little bit, I was a bit depressed, and I thought, you know what, I really don't care. And this was the actual feeling, Dolce Gabbana Velvet Amber Sun. This was the actual feeling of like a comet slowly coming to Earth and just having all the luxuries of Earth and of the Earth, all the luxuries of the Earth that you'd ever need, and say, you know what, I have enough. I'm rich to the top. I need to stop getting consumer goods and stuff. And this was just to top it off and everything. It was like, you know what, this is the end. I'm not going to buy any more fragrances after this because I need to start thinking about what I'm going to leave behind and what to do for the future. And I mean, deep things and what I'm going to leave behind. My God. I keep on thinking about that. But we all have thoughts of what we're going to leave. But this was the feeling of, you know, it's coming to a close, but I've done what I could. And I feel rich, like I've done all that I can. And I could just put my shades on, put a beach chair out and watch that comet come in and smile as it just fades me away. That is the feeling of a giant comet. Giant comet from the sky. Dolce & Gabbana Velvet Amber Sun. Smells like a burning comet. Reminded me of that. It's that vanilla, the buttery ylang-ylang, all the resins, so it feels like a glowing comet, you know. So it's kind of like a beautiful death if you think about it. I mean, they imagine that a comet flying to Earth was going to be like a terrible thing, but it's much better than like a tsunami or anything like that. Sorry about being cynical, but I mean, so you feel like it's a glowing comet. Um, it's rich. It's quite a creamy scent actually, but it's roughened up by the black pepper and all the resins. So that's why I like it. It's you would say it's a linear scent, but it's actually slowly changing. It's slowly changing, and then it turns into just vanilla at the end. But you get all the facets of vanilla from this one perfume, and that's why I really love it. Dolce & Gabbana Velvet Amber Sun is the perfect, the vanilla scent. So this is the tobacco scent. This is the vanilla scent. This is I mean, I have everything I want in the world scent, you know, and I'm completely spoiled myself, and I've had enough of even consumerism. I don't even care about it. This is the tip top end of it, and it's probably the most expensive fragrance I bought as well. So it's quite ironic. Anyway, so the business scent, the rich Arab exotic or whatever. I'm a traveler. I'm a citizen of the world. If you want to be pretentious, I love that phrase, citizen of the world. Okay, even though I've just lived in London all my life. Damn, that's sad. All right. King Eau de Parfum, if you feel like a king of your own little square block or town. And here is Tiffany with love for him, Eau de Toilette for the summer beach fragrance. If you just want to go out and enjoy life and you feel like you're really making the best of it, living your best life. There you go. So if you're living your best life and you wear the perfume that you feel every day, then you are free because you are expressing yourself and leaving something behind through your emotion and conversations that will be positive at the end because you're expressing yourself in a positive way. You're not shutting up. If you're angry, you know, you're not just in there. You're expressing it through a fragrance or debating it or going out and talking about your discussions. If you want to talk about business, yeah, I mean, if you spent your whole life doing business, at least you feel like a businessman at the end. If you're religious and you want to be clean, go the whole way. I mean, don't bathe yourself in expensive fragrances. Have a bath and then wear a fragrance after that. It's the Islamic way. Um, if it's the end of the world, probably stop buying stuff rather than buying something as a milestone, the most expensive fragrance to mark that loss of consumerism. If you feel like a king, just go out. Well, probably not bare chested, it's illegal now, but in your favorite fragrance and smile to, I mean, maybe not your neighbor if they're crazy people, but smile to good people, have goodness for good people, and leave the bad for bad people. So just stay feeling good, right, in your own place. And go out. You have to go out to learn something. I mean, the exercising of freedom can only happen when you go out and you test your own values. You know, somebody could say, "Oh, you're free to do this," but I think, okay, so I dress like one way, but somebody says, "Oh, you think you look smart, but you look like a clown," and I think, yeah, I could let that get to me, or I could talk to that person, or I could just let it be. But the very fact that I let it be and I was tested by that gives me the opportunity to actually test my own values and say I actually don't care about that when somebody says that. But I wouldn't know if I don't care if they didn't say that to me. So the idea is you have to go out to test your own values. And to truly be free is to stay being free despite what others say. So stay free and stay fresh. Pow, 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 pow. I like this fragrance. It's an easy going one. All right. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Pow! Another one from my Fragrante Familia.